It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, definitely feeling a lot like Christmas outside. There is a slim chance, a small glimmer of hope that we will be getting a white Christmas down here in the South. Well, let me correct that. I don't want to offend anyone. There is a small chance that we will get a multicultural Christmas in the South. Temperatures are in the teens through the weekend. All we need is a little bit of precipitation and snow will be on the ground Christmas morning. For most people, almost normal people anyway, Christmas is a time of celebration. It's a time of reflection. You're off work, you spend time with friends and family. There's just a different feeling in the air this time of the year. The holiday season is also filled with traditions. Each family has their own unique traditions. My entire life, it's always been my aunt's house on Christmas Eve, followed by my parents' house on Christmas Day. The start times never change, same time every year. Sports. Sports also play a big role in holiday season traditions. Every Thanksgiving, I walk into my parents' house. I know the Detroit Lions will be on TV. For decades, Thanksgiving has become synonymous with the NFL. The NFL's always had Thanksgiving. Christmas always belonged to the NBA. It's almost been like this unwritten rule, like two mafia families refusing to invade each other's territory. The NBA doesn't play games on Thanksgiving. Historically, when Christmas falls on a Sunday like it does this year, the NFL will move their games to Christmas Eve on Saturday. It was kind of like a sign of respect. Christmas Day is the biggest day of the NBA regular season. For most casual fans, Christmas is the unofficial start to the regular season. And every relationship, though, whether it's a business or personal relationship, there's a power dynamic to it. Ideally, the dynamic of power is balanced between the two parties. Now, when that balance of power dramatically shifts in one direction, the relationship no longer has a solid foundation. The NBA refuses to play games on Thanksgiving. Why? Well, Adam Silver, he just wants to give players the day off so they can spend time with their families. Adam Silver refuses to schedule games on Thanksgiving because he knows the NBA will be humiliated. The NBA already has a negative public perception. The average person views the league as being filled with entitled, pampered, unrelatable players who celebrate Christmas in June with flamboyant pride parades they call Xi Jinping daddy, all while exploiting their own community here at home and calling the country that made them millionaires racist. Having the league publicly humiliated on the biggest holiday of the year, the biggest stage, would be bad for business. Now, I know the media likes to claim ratings don't matter. They like to point to the NBA's popularity on social media where millions of fans watch 60-second highlights on TikTok. But the truth is, television ratings matter. Casual fans see 8, 9, 10 million people watching the NBA on Christmas Day. They see the league trending on Twitter, being talked about in the mainstream media. It entices them to check out the rest of the season. It's the fear of missing out effect. Now, on the other side of that coin, they see the NBA dominated by shitty NFL games on Christmas, setting record low ratings. Their perception of the league is essentially cemented. That perception being, this is a league where the regular season doesn't matter. I don't need to watch until the playoffs. If I decide to watch at all. Back in 2014, Mark Cuban made an interesting prediction about the NFL. Now, Mark Cuban is a brilliant dude. I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank. I normally watch clips on YouTube when I'm walking the dog. Mark Cuban is the only guy on the show that can spot a scam within seconds. Throughout his career, he has been a visionary. He's had this ability to be ahead of his time, know what's coming in the future. March of 2014, Mark Cuban predicted over the next 10 years, the NFL would see a massive decline in popularity and TV ratings. He felt the league was oversaturating the market by playing games on Thursday and on Saturdays late in the season after college football ended. Now, I don't know if Roger Goodell took this as some kind of an insult. I don't know if he took this as a challenge. But ever since, when they have been given the opportunity, Roger Goodell has positioned the NFL to take the audience away from the NBA on their biggest day of the regular season. From 2000 to 2013, the NFL had scheduled 10 games on Christmas Day. Now, several of these games fell on a Sunday or on a Monday when they would be playing anyway. After Mark Cuban made those comments from 2016 to this year, the NFL will have scheduled 10 games in 7 years. Sunday, for the first time ever, Roger Goodell is putting 3 NFL games against the NBA's Christmas Day schedule. Now, you look at this NFL slate on paper, you wouldn't think it would have too much of an impact on the NBA. Packers, Dolphins. Green Bay's season is over. Even with the Dolphins winning, possibly making the playoffs, they struggle to draw an audience in their home market of Miami. Broncos, Rams. Who fucking cares? Bucks, Cardinals. Again, who cares? Both of these teams are unwatchable. If the NBA was running on all cylinders, if they haven't spent the last 2 years tag teaming the woke cucumber, I'm not saying they would beat the NFL, but at least they would be able to compete with them. Christmas 2011, the NFL had Bears-Packers on NBC. It didn't have too much impact on the NBA. Bulls-Lakers drew over 11 million viewers. Mavs-Heat over 9 million. Between all 5 games that day, the NBA averaged 6.3 million viewers. That's a good number. Now, I chose 2011 because that was the NBA at its peak during the modern era. The league was almost as popular back then as they were during the Jordan era in the 90s. It was the period where LeBron James had good heat. People tuned in to watch him lose. Kobe Bryant was loved. Kobe Bryant was coming off his championship run in LA. Derrick Rose was a rising superstar who ultimately failed to reach his potential because of all the injuries. But my point is, when the NBA is run properly, when they're trying to attract fans instead of repel them, they can compete with the NFL. They're not going to beat them, but they can at least put up respectable numbers. Now, let's compare that to last year. The NFL last year featured 2 games on Christmas: Browns, Packers, Colts, Cardinals. As usual, the NBA put supposedly their biggest superstars on display. Kevin Durant, the Warriors, LeBron, and his roster of traveling losers. Now, to be fair, some star players were out because of the COVID protocols, but that is no excuse. I have no sympathy for you if you're dumb enough to punch yourself in the face. As most people know now, the NBA's COVID protocols were ridiculous. Most of us knew this last year, but clearly Adam Silver is a slow learner. Last year, the NBA was absolutely humiliated by the NFL. Across all 5 games, they averaged just over 4 million viewers. The NBA drew about 20 million over 5 games. Browns Packers alone, almost 29 million. Fast forward 1 year later, and the NBA is set up for national humiliation again. Like I said, the NFL slate of Christmas Day games is grade A level shit. The only team with a winning record is the Dolphins, who can't even draw in Miami. But the NBA is once again, their own worst enemy. For some reason, Adam Silver thought it would be a great idea to open the day with Sixers-Knicks. 2 big market teams. I get it. 2 major market teams. But it's 2 big market teams no one gives a shit about. The marquee games every year on the schedule are always the 2 games in the afternoon. These are peak viewing hours on Christmas Day. These are the 2 games where you want to feature your biggest draws. Who did Adam Silver choose? Lakers, Mavs. I understand wanting to feature Luka Doncic, but why are we getting LeBron James on Christmas again? This is the same LeBron James who set record low ratings for the NBA Finals just 2 years ago. This is the same LeBron James a sizable portion of the casual NBA audience refuses to watch. Not to mention the fact the Lakers suck, and we knew they would suck going into the season. Then we have Bucks Celtics, which should be a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, I think this is a great choice on paper, but Giannis is not a draw. If you don't believe me, go check out his ratings for the NBA Finals. The nightcap: Grizzlies, Warriors, Suns, Nuggets. Steph Curry's injured, won't be playing. No way Adam Silver could have predicted that. Now, I do like that he is once again featuring Ja Morant on Christmas, but where the fuck is Zion Williamson? One of your biggest stars, the guy you should be building the league around, and you refuse to feature him on the biggest day of your regular season? It doesn't make any sense. Now, if this were 2011, the NBA should have no problem drawing 10, 11 million viewers on Christmas. Looking at this slate of games, though, and the way the league has struggled to draw the audience this season, I don't think the NBA will see one game reach 6 million. They haven't drawn over 10 million on Christmas Day since 2018. What started happening in 2019 and ramped up through 2020? Oh yeah, the league took the woke wiener. Ratings on Christmas have slid ever since. They lost 400,000 viewers from 2018 to 2019, another 900,000 from 2019 to 2020, another 400,000 from 2020 to 2021. In the span of 3 woke years, the NBA has lost almost 2 million viewers on their biggest day of the year. Well, KC, it's because they're competing with the NFL. Don't give me that bullshit. Now, sure, that has something to do with it. But if the NBA were attracting fans instead of convincing them to go away, the NFL would not be this big of a problem. But give me your prediction. Will the NBA see their 4th straight year of declines when it comes to Christmas Day ratings? Do you think the NFL would be having this much of an impact if the NBA was running at its peak like it was in 2011, 2012, 2013? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.